Welcome to Just Listen Books channel. Immerse yourself in the world of literature as we summarize books and deliver them in audio form. Perfect for your car rides, travels, and daily activities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. The Bitcoin Standard, the decentralized alternative to central banking, by Saifedean Ammous, published in 2018, is a comprehensive exploration of the economic and historical context that led to the creation of Bitcoin and its potential implications for the future of money and global finance. The book is divided into three main parts, each delving into different aspects of Bitcoin and its significance. Part 1. Money. The initial section of the book provides a historical overview of money, examining how various forms of money have been used throughout human history, from barter systems to modern fiat currencies. Ammous discusses the characteristics of good money, such as durability, portability, fungibility, scarcity, and divisibility, and evaluates how well different forms of money, including gold, have fulfilled these criteria over time. This section sets the foundation for understanding the problems that Bitcoin aims to solve. Historical overview of money. Ammous begins by tracing the history of money, starting from the barter system, which was the earliest form of trade. He highlights the inefficiencies of barter, such as the lack of a common measure of value and the difficulty in finding mutually agreeable trades, known as the double coincidence of wants. These inefficiencies led to the adoption of various forms of money throughout history. Characteristics of good money. Ammous then outlines the key characteristics that make for good money, which are crucial for understanding why certain forms of money have been more successful and widely adopted than others. 1. Durability. Money should withstand physical wear and tear. Precious metals like gold and silver have historically been favored for their durability. 2. Portability. Good money needs to be easy to transport, allowing for transactions to occur over distances. This is why lighter and more valuable materials, or representations of value, have been preferred. 3. Fungibility. Each unit of money should be identical to another, making individual units indistinguishable and interchangeable. 4. Scarcity. The supply of money should be limited to maintain its value. Gold, for instance, is prized for its scarcity, as new supplies are difficult and costly to mine. 5. Divisibility. Money should be easily divisible into smaller units to accommodate transactions of varying sizes without losing value. Evolution of money. Ammous discusses how different societies and civilizations have used various items as money, including shells, cattle, precious metals, and eventually, coins and paper money. He places special emphasis on gold, describing its long history as a global standard for money due to its strong alignment with the characteristics of good money. Transition to fiat currencies. The narrative then shifts to the 20th century, when most countries moved away from commodity-based money, like the gold and silver standards, to fiat currencies, which are government-issued currencies not backed by a physical commodity. Ammous critiques fiat currencies for their lack of intrinsic value and for being subject to inflation, as governments can print an unlimited supply. The problems with modern money. Ammous argues that modern fiat currencies fall short of the ideal characteristics of good money, particularly in terms of scarcity and durability. The unlimited printing of money leads to inflation, eroding the purchasing power of savings and destabilizing economies. This sets the stage for the introduction of Bitcoin as a potential solution to these problems, leveraging technology to offer a form of money that better aligns with the characteristics of good money. In summary, Part 1 of the Bitcoin Standard not only provides a historical perspective on the evolution of money, but also critically evaluates how well various forms of money have served their purpose. By highlighting the shortcomings of current fiat currencies, Ammous sets up a compelling argument for the need for an alternative, which he begins to address with the introduction of Bitcoin in the subsequent parts of the book. Part 2. Economic and Monetary History. In the second part, Ammous delves into the history of monetary systems, particularly focusing on the gold standard and the transition to fiat currency systems. He critically assesses the impact of fiat currencies on economies, including issues like inflation, government debt, and the boom-bust cycles associated with central bank policies. This part provides a critique of central banking and Keynesian economics, arguing that these systems lead to economic instability and erosion of wealth. Gold standard and its importance. Ammous begins by discussing the gold standard, a monetary system where a country's currency has a value directly linked to gold. Under the gold standard, countries agreed to convert paper money into a fixed amount of gold upon request. This system, Ammous argues, provided a stable and predictable monetary base, which limited the ability of governments to inflate the currency and encourage sound fiscal policies. Transition to fiat currencies. The narrative then shifts to the 20th century, detailing the gradual abandonment of the gold standard in favor of fiat currencies, which are government-issued currencies not backed by a physical commodity like gold. This transition was marked by significant events, such as the Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944 and its eventual collapse in 1971 when the United States ended the convertibility of the dollar into gold. Ammous points out that this shift gave governments and central banks unprecedented control over the money supply, allowing for the creation of money out of thin air. Critique of fiat currency systems. Ammous critically assesses the impact of fiat currency systems on global economies. He highlights several issues associated with fiat currencies, including inflation. With central banks having the ability to print money at will, fiat currencies are inherently prone to inflation, which diminishes the purchasing power of individual savings over time. Government debt. Fiat currencies facilitate the accumulation of large government debts, as governments can borrow more easily, knowing they can always print more money to pay off their debts, leading to fiscal irresponsibility. Boom-bust cycles. Ammous argues that central bank policies, particularly those involving manipulation of interest rates and money supply, contribute to economic boom-bust cycles. He suggests that these cycles are exacerbated by fiat currency systems, as they allow for artificial expansion of credit and investment bubbles. Critique of central banking and Keynesian economics. Ammous provides a critique of central banking and Keynesian economic policies, which often advocate for active government intervention in the economy, including monetary and fiscal policies to manage economic cycles. He argues that such interventions, while intended to smooth out economic fluctuations, often lead to unintended consequences, including market distortions and long-term instability. Implications for wealth and stability. The author contends that the shift from a gold standard to fiat currency systems has led to a significant erosion of wealth and economic stability. By decoupling money from a tangible standard like gold, fiat currencies have become susceptible to devaluation, undermining the ability of individuals to preserve wealth over time. In conclusion, Part 2 of the Bitcoin Standard provides a critical historical overview of monetary systems, emphasizing the stability offered by the gold standard and the problems introduced by the transition to fiat currencies. Ammous uses this historical context to question the sustainability of current economic policies and to set the stage for Bitcoin as a potential alternative that could offer a return to more stable and reliable monetary principles. Part 3. Bitcoin. In Part 3 of the Bitcoin Standard, Saifedean Ammous delves into the intricacies of Bitcoin, presenting it as a groundbreaking technological and financial innovation with the potential to redefine the global monetary landscape. This section is pivotal in tying together the historical and economic threads laid out in the previous parts, positioning Bitcoin as a solution to the limitations and challenges posed by traditional fiat currency systems. Introduction to Bitcoin. Ammous begins by explaining the technological foundations of Bitcoin, including the blockchain technology that underpins it, the process of mining that secures the network and introduces new Bitcoins into circulation, and the decentralized nature that makes Bitcoin resistant to censorship and centralized control. He elucidates how these features contribute to Bitcoin's reliability and integrity as a financial system. Bitcoin as digital gold. Drawing parallels with gold, Ammous refers to Bitcoin as digital gold, emphasizing its fixed supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins, and its role as a store of value. Unlike fiat currencies, which can be printed in unlimited quantities by central banks, Bitcoin's supply is algorithmically limited, making it immune to inflation and devaluation. This scarcity and predictability make Bitcoin an attractive alternative to traditional money, especially in a landscape dominated by inflationary fiat currencies. Implications for individual freedom, privacy, and sovereignty. Ammous explores the broader implications of Bitcoin's decentralized and secure nature for individual freedom, privacy, and financial sovereignty. He argues that Bitcoin empowers individuals by providing a form of money that is not subject to government control, surveillance, or manipulation. This aspect of Bitcoin, according to Ammous, has profound implications for personal liberty and autonomy, enabling individuals to protect their wealth from inflation, confiscation, and financial censorship. Bitcoin as a hedge against fiat instability. Building on his critique of fiat currencies and central banking, Ammous positions Bitcoin as a hedge against the inherent instability and unpredictability of fiat currency systems. He suggests that Bitcoin's decentralized nature and fixed supply offer a more stable and predictable monetary base, which could serve as a safeguard against the economic turmoil associated with fiat currencies and central bank policies. The potential for a paradigm shift. Ammous underscores the transformative potential of Bitcoin, suggesting that it represents not merely an alternative currency, but a fundamental shift in the way value, savings, and transactions are approached. He envisions a future in which Bitcoin, or technologies inspired by it, could redefine monetary policy, banking, and financial sovereignty, shifting power from centralized institutions to individuals. Reception and criticism. While the Bitcoin standard has been influential and widely praised for its in-depth analysis and compelling narrative, it has also faced criticism. Skeptics have questioned Bitcoin's viability as a widespread currency, its scalability, environmental impact due to energy-intensive mining processes, and its volatility. Despite these criticisms, the book remains a seminal work in the field of cryptocurrency and has sparked significant discussion and debate about the future of money. In summary, Part 3 of the Bitcoin Standard presents Bitcoin as a revolutionary technology with the potential to address many of the issues inherent in traditional monetary systems. Ammous articulates a compelling vision of Bitcoin as a means to achieve greater financial stability, individual freedom, and a return to the principles of hard money in a digital age. Throughout the book, Ammous emphasizes the philosophical and economic principles that underpin Bitcoin, suggesting that it represents not just a new form of money, but a radical shift in the way individuals and societies can approach value, savings, and exchange. He argues that by providing a viable alternative to fiat currencies, Bitcoin has the potential to fundamentally alter the landscape of monetary policy, banking, and financial sovereignty. The Bitcoin standard has been influential in cryptocurrency and economic circles, praised for its thorough analysis and critique of traditional financial systems, as well as its compelling argument for Bitcoin's role in shaping the future of money. However, it has also faced criticism, particularly from those who are skeptical of Bitcoin's viability as a currency and its ability to achieve the widespread adoption necessary to function as a global monetary standard. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Your support means the world to us. Click subscribe and hit the bell to be the first to enjoy our upcoming audiobooks. Together, let's continue this amazing journey through stories and tales.